sell her cars, then she can answer, but she doesn't, she can speak to only the cars that she's.
Okay, I appreciate it. In fact, you do a lot of business with Jackie Owens.
I do. She's a very loyal customer.
She gets cars from your collection for her company, Trifecta Entertainment.
Yes, she and Jacob come in.
And this accounts for 10% of your business with the collection, is that correct?
Yeah, I'd say about 9.8 to 10.2%.
Okay.
All right.
You say it's all food collection.
So in fact, you deal primarily with Jackie Owens.
With Jackie Owens and Jacob Bennett, they usually come in together.
Let's be clear, Jacob Bennett is unfortunately deceased.
Yes. A tragedy for us all.
And so it's very, especially you. Because you deal now primarily with Jackie Owens.
I will deal with Jackie Owens and the other owners of Trifecta. Yes.
Jackie Owens is your contact person with Trifecta.
As of right now, yes.
And so it's fair to say that if Jackie Owens weren't around, you would lose Trifecta's business.
Oh. I mean, Jackie Owens is my primary contact with Trifecta, but I hope that my record of service would speak for itself, and whoever would take over the company then would enlist my business.
There's one more.
This is supposed to be what we ended on, and the bleach is supposed to be.
I know.
I don't know about how we end on because
No, we're in trial,
You just
guys.
say, but in your affidavit, you say that.
No.
We're not allowed to do that.
No.
The witnesses don't have affidavits.
Okay, but you are specifically worried that you will lose 10%. Just like, because she said.
Specifically, you're worried that you'll lose 10% of your business.
Yes, it is a recession. I'm very very shaky market that I'm in.
Very cheap market.
Thank you, no further questions.
All right, is there any redirect?
No.
You may be excused.
That was really sad.
Are there any additional witnesses from the defense?
Yes, Your Honor, we call Sidney Michaels to the stand. We're going to be very professional about it.
Yes.
Guys, let's try and bring down our
Wait, how are you Sidney Michaels and defense attorney?
She's prosecution.
Prosecution. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm totally confused. Okay,
Tell me about it.
I was confused. All right, Sidney Michaels.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Could you please introduce yourself to the court?
Sure, my name is Cindy Michaels.
And what do you do for a living, Ms. Michaels?
I'm a personal assistant to the late Jacob Bennett.
Do you work under any company name?
Yes, I work under Trifecta Entertainment.
And what specifically do you do for Trifecta Entertainment?
For Trifecta, before the passing of Mr. Bennett, I was his personal assistant. I reviewed all the memos, filed all the contracts, basically all the goings on of Trifecta Entertainment passed through my desk.
And how long did you work for Trifecta Entertainment?
Ever since my junior year internship at Trifecta, I've worked there. I was hired right out of college.
Now, you mentioned that you were the personal assistant to Jacob Bennett. Was there anybody else that you worked with in the company?
Oh, absolutely. Since it was a partnership, I also worked with Jackie Owens and Casey Maxwell.
Were you able to observe the partners interacting with one another?
Oh, absolutely. I was in the office almost every day.
Would you be able to tell about the relationship between Jacob Bennett and Jackie Owens?
Yes, actually.
For example,
One time we were at a photo shoot. This is a great example, actually. And Jacob Bennett was directing this photo shoot.
Objection, Your Honor. This, if I may proffer, this statement is going to be, they're going to be using this testimony as improper character evidence.
Improper character as to who?
As to the defendant.
Your Honor, the witness is merely going to testify as to her observations about the relationship between Jacob Bennett and Jackie Owens. She's not offering this to show improper character, or rather that the people in question would act in a certain way in the future, but simply to establish the foundation of the character, of the relationship between the two.
I tend to agree, Counselor, and even if it were character evidence, because this is a criminal trial, counsel's allowed to introduce good character evidence about her client, so not overruled.
So you were giving an example of the relationship between Jacob Bennett and Jackie Owens. What was that example?
Well, as I was saying, Jacob Bennett was the director of the photo shoot. They were doing this crazy crash scene, cars, motorcycles everywhere, and one of them must have just gotten the line of direction wrong or something, because all of a sudden it goes crashing into Mr. Bennett. I was so scared. I froze up. I couldn't do anything. But in the blink of an eye, Jackie Owens was there, picking up Mr. Bennett, throwing him over her shoulder. He was a little guy, so, it was quite easy. We drove him to the hospital, and if it weren't for Jackie, Jacob Bennett probably, well, he is here today.
He wouldn't have made it to being in a dead body bag.
We
died a lot
They all,
sooner.
actually. It was all Jackie.
You would die a lot sooner.
Now, changing gears, were you able to observe Casey Maxwell interacting with Jacob Bennett?
That was an actual rocky relationship there.
Did you observe anything in particular?
There were always butting heads around the office.
Now, Ms. Michaels, I'd like to direct your attention to the night of June 16, 2008. Now, what happened that night?
Well, that evening, I left the office around 10 p.m., reminded Mr. Bennett of his 3 appointments in the morning, and sadly, never saw him again.
Well, when Mr. Bennett left that night, do you know if he was going anywhere?
Well, yes, actually, I do keep his planner, and at 10:30, there was an appointment with Casey Maxwell to meet at the Marine.
Objection hearsay
As to the planner,
as to the appointment written in the planner.
Counsel, did the state introduce this on direct examination of Detective Finch? Overruled.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Michaels, do you know if Jacob Bennett was going anywhere?
Oh, I wasn't sure if he actually did follow through with that appointment, but he was a very reliable man, always on time, always organized, he really had his business close to his heart.
What time was this appointment scheduled?
It was scheduled at 10:30 p.m. that evening,
And where was it scheduled?
at the Marina.
And who was Jacob Bennett supposed to be meeting?
Casey Maxwell.
Now, Ms. Owens, I know that you Ms. Michaels, I know that you testified before that Casey Maxwell and Jacob Bennett were always butting heads. Was there anybody else that Jacob Bennett had a difficult relationship with?
Well, the movie business, you're always going to butt heads with people. He did have problems, in particular with Ron Victory and Josh DeSmet.
Well, how did Mr. Bennett have problems with Josh DeSmet?
Well, Josh DeSmet was, real estate turned entrepreneur. No, it's the other one.
Counselor, do you need to refresh the witness's memory?
Yes, let me have a moment to prepare the witness.
Usually you use a document to refresh the memory.
We're fine.
That's all right, okay.
Would you please continue?
Sure. One time we were at the trifecta party. Josh Smith was there, and he was an actor. The liquor was flowing. For some reason, he got it in his head to insult Mr. Bennett's wife, Mariah. And shortly after that, when I was in the office, Mr. Bennett called Josh Smith in order to let him know that his character would be gone in about 20 minutes into the movie. He wasn't in that, he didn't want anything to do with him after that. And just as I was in the office, Mr. Bennett put it on speakerphone, and Josh Smith said, "My character won't be the only one dying."
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
Your Honor, this simply goes to the motive of the potential other person to be responsible for the death of Jacob Bennett.
Isn't it out of court statement being offered for the truth?
Your Honor, it is also a decided utterance and implying such to hearsay. We can lay that foundation that it wasn't acted in decided utterance.
On the part of Mr. DeSmith?
Yes.
Okay, if you can lay that foundation, I'll admit it conditionally under Rule 104, but feel free to object if you don't think the foundation's been laid.
Now, Ms. Michaels, you testified that you overheard this conversation. What was the quality of the exchange between Mr. Bennett and Mr. DeSmith on the phone?
Well, obviously, after, insulting Mariah, Mr. Bennett was not happy with Josh Smith.
Objection, Your Honor, speculation as to the state of mind of Mr. Bennett.
Sustained. I'll strike that.